Welcome to the Brand Marketing Podcast. So this isn't your typical episode. I had the pleasure of talking to Yves Nill of Yves Media, who was a content creator. He's still in high school. He's in Europe, but he's also an agency owner. So we didn't record the session on video or audio, but halfway through, I just asked him if it was okay for me to turn on my microphone. So honestly, we did get some audio. So we talk openly about content creation, finding the right platform, and some of the struggles of being a business owner. So I personally get very open about some of my own struggles. So listen up, listen in, participate, and let me know how we did. Thanks.
Welcome to the Brand Marketing Podcast, where we talk to local superheroes and hear how they got their start, overcame obstacles, and used social media to achieve their marketing goals. Here's this week's episode.
But those are the customers that we need the most, right? The customers that want to get the clients from Instagram with the money, the ones with the money, they're over on Facebook hanging out with their family. And then the second thing that you said that I want to change your mind, LinkedIn, if you want to grow a LinkedIn account very fast and gain, you said because you don't have credibility, even though you're young, you could gain the credibility fast through, again, if you started a podcast, and it's not extra work. Like if you even reached out, so let's say during your cold outreach, because this is what I do, you reach out to the business owners that you want to work with and let them know on the podcast, or let them know that you have a podcast and you're interviewing, med spa owners, or you're interviewing chiropractors, and it's free promotion. I just want to know how you got started. It takes 20 minutes. So what will happen is you get them on, and you're not talking about your business at all. You're talking about their business, right? You start the podcast, and let's say it's chiropractors. So it could be like, how to grow your chiropractor business in 60 days, the podcast, right? But you're going to name it. You're going to brand it. And then you have 4 or 5 of these, and you put those clips on LinkedIn where there's other chiropractors, and they're not going to look at your age. They're going to look at it like, hey, here's a young, savvy marketing dude. He has the podcast, just having the podcast itself gives you the credibility because they see that you know how to do it. And you're talking to other chiropractors, and it's on LinkedIn. The credibility will happen fast.
Okay.
Like, believe me. And it doesn't have to be, even if it's not the podcast, copyright. Have you studied copywriting?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. I started Twitter to learn writing, and now I'm on a newsletter.
Nice.
Like really get into writing.
Yeah.
So every Monday I put out a newsletter.
I'm gonna tell you something crazy, man. I'm happy that you're doing it. I wish that I knew that somebody told me about copywriting when I was your age. I just started getting into copywriting 5 years ago, and copywriting is the one thing, like outside of video, even more than video, it's the one thing that has catapulted my business faster. Because the videos, it's to the eyes, it's attractive, but the thing that sells is words, man. You got to really dive into their struggles and pain, and also write in a way where you're hooking people and they want to keep on reading. So I have a newsletter with about 2,000 people on it. Yeah, man. And but I started it for a while, and I've had multiple businesses. But those, so when I send out an email, I send out maybe 2 emails a week, and every now and again, maybe every 5 or 6 emails, I'll ask them for something small, and I'll get a percentage of sales off of email. My last 3 coaching clients came off of the email. And in the email, sometimes people are like, what do you put in there? And I'm writing more, but I'm also putting in the YouTube videos that I started doing. And that's why I don't care about my subscribers.
You put the videos into the newsletter?
Yes. So the video, all right, so I did a video 2 weeks ago, which was just a live like this, like me and you talking. Mm-hmm. So I'm putting it everywhere. So I turned it into a podcast. I threw it on YouTube because there's a video too. And now YouTube has podcasts. But then for the people that don't follow me there, I put it in the newsletter. And then at the very bottom, I have a call to action like, hey, I'm looking for, I have a spot open for 2 new coaching clients this month. If you're interested, just reply. So not fancy. I'm just asking them, hey, if you're interested, just reply. And they see me interviewing this real estate agent. And then I took the same video and turned it into a clips the clips that you saw, I'm not sure if you follow my Instagram, but I have a clips with another young man at the bottom, Philip, and that clip came from an interview, which is a podcast, which is on YouTube, and I took that same video and I put it on Facebook. So yeah, it's not a lot of extra work, but my point is most of the action came from the newsletter. Yeah, so
I think everybody told me that I should do a newsletter. I don't know. I didn't really know why I just started it. So.
Right. No, it's true. And I think that's the biggest problem though is when you're a creator. All right, so I'm gonna use you for therapy for me. Right? So because I've never said this out loud, but my biggest struggle is having too many places. So I have a podcast, I have a newsletter, I have LinkedIn, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. I'm comfortable with calls like this. I'm comfortable on camera, and I have a TikTok, and TikTok is the one thing that I put to the side because even though I repurpose it, it's not. Videos are there to, if somebody's searching for stuff, maybe they can get to it, but it's not an outbound or inbound source to me. So that's the one I put to the side. But I personally think that I need to get another coach for learning how to just dial down like two things. Like I see people like that are just on YouTube, and I'm thinking, why aren't they putting these YouTubes on Facebook? Like, and even on their Instagram, their link in bio is to their YouTube channel. And it's not a lot of followers. They might have like 1,000 subscribers, which is fine. But they're like, hey, my main source of business is YouTube. And I'm like, wow. So I want to get to the place where I only have like one or two places that I really focus on. So I personally need to, the reason I'm saying it out loud is accountability. But I personally want to get to a place where I'm also only using that one channel or two channels the most. I'm still redistributing or distributing to different places, but I'm trying to get to a place where I only have one thing, or just a newsletter. Are you familiar with Justin Welch? Have you heard of Justin Welch? He's on Twitter as well, but he has a huge LinkedIn. As you're writing, just study him. Yeah, but he's a solo. He's one person, one business, and he's cracked like $1.3 million a year. Only selling courses and only on Twitter and only on LinkedIn. And it's through his writing. Yeah, that is crazy.
So,
yeah,
you said multiple things. So first of all, TikTok.
Yeah.
So I think TikTok is total.
Yeah, it's trash. Yeah.
You get a lot of reach, like if you get a lot of reach,
right.
But nobody clicks on your profile and nobody will go to your other profiles after that.
I agree. Right.
So that's... Like, I got some friends and they taught me the same, like, they got like millions of views and millions of likes, and like they get only one client of theirs, like, it's not worth it.
It's not worth it, right?
The other thing is, you said, like, I heard a quote the other day that said, you can be anything you want, but you can't be everything.
Right.
And this is in my head for like so long. So because it's the same problem like you're on every platform, but you can't really double down on the one platform. So you have that's the problem with me. I don't know what I want to do or where I want to start or what I do now. Because
right.
Twitter is fine, but Twitter is not. If I'm honest, I don't really know what works and what doesn't.
Right.
I don't have enough experience
and
knowledge and whatever. So.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I'm right there with you, and I think it's it's part of the challenge that I have as a creator, where I'm testing out all the different platforms, and I think that as a business owner, like I should be there, but I don't need to double down. So my presence needs to be there. Like my account needs to be active, and if somebody's searching for me on that platform, I want them to see that I've posted something there in the past week or 2 weeks. Because right now customers are real funny. Like, before they want to give out their money online, they want to make sure that you're a real person, right? They want to make sure that you're not a scammer, you're not a bot, you're somebody real. So I think you still need to be there. But yeah, man, like that's my biggest struggle right now is like, hey, I'm good on all the platforms, but I'm not great on any one platform. And that's what I want. Like I don't want to be good everywhere. I want to be great in one place. And part of being a coach too is I feel like I need to be savvy everywhere to be able to help my clients. But I mean, that's something that I might change because right now I'm marketing myself as like a social media coach, and maybe that changes in the next couple of months where I don't say I'm a social media coach. Maybe I say that I'm a YouTube coach, or maybe I say that I'm a Facebook coach, and that might help. And then like, let's say if I'm doubling down on Facebook, if I say I'm a Facebook coach and I'm doubling down and my presence is there, maybe I will convert more clients there because I'm only focused on that one platform. So I don't know, man. It's something that I'm struggling with personally. Like I'm doing well and I'm getting sales, but I think I could get more sales if I just just hold down one platform.
Yeah, it's not only about more sales; it's also about higher quality sales.
Yeah, higher.
Like
thank you.
bigger people.
Thank you. Yeah, bigger people, bigger impact. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, I just have to make the decision, and I think I could do it. But the other problem, and we didn't talk about this before, is doubling down on the platform where you should be versus doubling down on the platform that you like. To be like, because you're a business owner, but you're also a person. So as a person, I like Instagram. But I don't want to, like, so as a consumer, like, so when I do, and I don't consume a lot, but when I do consume, or sometimes I'll log into Twitter, and I don't think it's a business source, just like you, but it's a good platform to consume. Like, if you just want a good laugh, or if you're being silly, if you're not, if you have 15, 20 minutes, jump on TikTok, you'll get a laugh, and it's like an endorphin rush just for the head, and then you log out. But I don't want to be a creator there. So, the other struggle is, and again, I'm using you for therapy, but the other struggle is, hey, I like logging in on Instagram just for fun, but I need to be on Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn just for the business connects more. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And what kind of content would you say, like, are you creating in order to generate leads or eyeballs? Because you can't create anything. You have to create something that will, like, funnel your customers down. And you have to something in your niche. Like, what do you do?
For you personally, you said what type of content?
Yeah, what type of content do you do? Do like when you build a personal brand? Many things. So you want to pick 2 or 3 topics. Like one is your business, one is your, I don't know, your hobby.
Oh yeah, I can help you with this one, right?
And then do these things, or do you just do your business?
No. So we, like, in the course, we teach about 3 different types of content pillars, and it's super easy. So it's the one is the why content, then there's the how content, and then there's the personal content, right? So, and again, it's in the course, and I'm gonna give you access. But the most important one, and we do it in percentages. So 40% how, 40% why, and then like 10% you. And I'll break it down. So the why content is you putting out content specific to like why you're doing it. So, when I study branding and why people convert, and I want you to study Donald Miller. He has a book called, I think, Story Brand. People need to connect with the story part of your business, right? So if you think about, again, any business out there, let's go back to Elon Musk for a little bit and Tesla. There's a story behind him of, hey, you know what? He was over here. He was a PayPal investor. He wants to start this new company that's going to be electric cars, right? And it sounds silly. He's a weird guy. He has money, but he's a little weird. He's strange. He says weird things, but he's also the underdog. So it's like a movie. So you kind of want to believe in him because you're bought into his why, right? And then 40% of your content should be, again, why. So it could be, if you're a nurse, it could be because, when you was young, your father passed away and you couldn't help him, and you want to get into the medical field because you want to help more people. Like customers, they eat that shit up, bro. They eat up the why. They need to believe that you're not just here just trying to get money, that you have a bigger cause. All right. So let me move on. So the next piece is the how. So the how is where you're going to be displaying your authority. So let's go back to Elon Musk for a little bit. So you want to create content where you're showing people that you literally know how to do the thing you're selling. So that could be like behind the scenes. That could be like the podcast. It could be interviews. It could be reels where you're saying, hey, the app that I just tried out today is Calendly. Calendly helps me do this. And you're walking them through everything in 30 seconds. I'm sure you've seen these TikToks and reels. Those are called like authority builders. So, you got to keep in mind that when a customer comes through, they're consuming all the content. So you're hitting them with the story because you're trying to get them to convert into your personal brand in as quickly as possible. And they need these three things because if they only have one, it's not enough, right? So the how is, again, authority. Hey, I'm on his feed. Cas knows exactly what he's talking about. This also includes testimonials too. So testimonials are super big. So social proof, all that helps you with your authority. People just have to know that, you have the know-how to do it. You have the behind the scenes, you're getting results, and they see it through social proof. You're on podcasts talking to other people in their niche. He must know. And then every now and again, even posting results. So I'm sure on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, you've seen, and this is almost like social proof, you've seen that, hey, he's helped this customer get from 0 clients to 20 clients a month, right? You've seen him go from $0 to 60,000, or the magic number right now is, I don't know why, but everybody wants to make $10,000 a month, right? So all of those, right? So all those things are in the how, and then the last piece is the you. So that should be 10%. So 40%, 40%, 10%, and there's still gonna be another 10% left over for whatever, and I'll tell you about that. But this is where you're actually asking people to do business with you. So more call to actions. It could be you talking about your offer. It's a commercial. So only 10% of that. And then the last 10% is going to be broad. And I learned this from Alex Hormozy too. So broad could be you talking about something that has nothing to do with your business to attract. So it could be
like Gary V and his wine.
Like what?
Like Gary V with wine store.
Right, exactly.
Wine all the time.
Yeah. So something broad that everybody appeals to, but it has nothing to do with your business. Like, so it could be that you went to a car show and you're taking pictures of the car, exactly. Hold on. Or videos of the cars, but the that's not in your niche. You're not a car guy, or your parents are constantly helping you, or your parents are constantly trying to get you to wash the dishes, and then you do like a reel just about that. And what happens is, because there's so many other people that are attracted to that, they'll come in to your circle off of the broad content, and then they'll see your niche, and then they'll see your how content, your why content, and your you content. Yeah. So that formula has been working for my clients a lot, and they don't feel that they always have to sell, or they don't feel like they always have to again be talking about the thing that they do. It gives them some flexibility, but the other components are there. And usually they're missing the authority content and the why content. Those are the two things that they're missing the most, that if they just did more of that, people would buy their stuff, because you go to their channel and like, bro, there's no space where I see that you're authority. Like I know you're good, but because you're too humble, people can't see that you're good. And people won't buy if they don't see your accolades, what you've been doing, working with other customers. So that's the key right there. And they don't know why you're doing it. They're like, even if they see that, you gotta tie them to a story. So I tell people all the time that, I got fired in 2018 from my corporate job, and 4 months later I opened up my own business. And when I tell them that story, they listen. People start listening. Every movie that you watch, every single movie, in the first 10, 15 minutes, there's some type of struggle. And the only thing that's tying you to the movie is you want to see how this character gets through the struggle, overcomes the struggle. Because everybody relates to struggle. Everybody's been in your shoes. Yeah, man. You got to do it. Have you studied or heard of the hero's journey?
No.
All right, I want you to write that one down. And you could YouTube it.
How's it called?
The hero's journey. Yeah, every movie. What's your favorite movie? Wait, you know what I'm going to do? Yeah, tell me your favorite movie, and I'm gonna break it down to you. What's your favorite movie?
Interstellar or Inception?
All right, both of those are great. Every single movie follows 4 things. Every single movie. When I say every movie, every movie. So in the very first 10, 15 minutes, there's a character that goes through a struggle, right? The next piece of the movie is they need to find somebody. Typically it's older. Typically it's an older person. So it could be somebody that's going to help them, like a mentor or coach. Sometimes it's a younger person too, like a child, right? That's going to help them overcome the struggle. They're going to go through the struggle, and then they're going to face something in the struggle where they have to make a decision, right? And they could even fall backwards. And then by the end of the movie, the person, the coach, it could be, Lord of the Rings. It could be, Gandalf, right? Or Star Wars. That person is going to help them. And the coach may even die or disappear, but they will eventually get to the end point of the movie that they struggled with in the first 10 minutes. And once I learned it, I want you to Google it. And once I learned it and I watched movies, I have become a better business person. Because the reason why it exists is because it works. And it's worked in movies for the past 40, 50 years. And every movie that comes out, it could be Fast and Furious, it could be Lord of the Rings, it could be a romance movie. But everybody has to go through a piece where they struggle, they get help from somebody, they struggle again, they apply the principles, and they win. And if you apply this concept to your business, you will also win.
Crazy.
It's
so much things that I know.
It's insane, man. It's insane. Yeah, it's insane. But yeah, once I learned that, and I learned that maybe 3-4 years ago, it started helping me take care of my business different, and also it helps me help other people, because it's all about how you think about things. You got to think about your business as a customer, right? So what am I doing in my business to do things to appeal to customers and to help customers, and to, get customers results? Yes, sir. Yeah, man, we talked about a lot. So yeah, we got to do an official interview. I started recording halfway through. I'm not sure if it captured, but if it did, and if you don't mind, I'll send it back to you and turn it into a podcast or something. But yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Cool. But yeah, let's stay in touch, because I'm definitely interested in. And again, this is not for me to undercut your prices. That's the other thing that you got to be careful about. Just because I'm having a conversation, it's still your business. You do whatever you want. If you say no, it doesn't change our relationship. Like sometimes when you're starting out, sometimes I was afraid to say no sometimes because I didn't want to lose any business. But sometimes it just doesn't. It's okay if it doesn't work out. You got to let it go. But what I want you to do is think about if you were offering the service on a higher scale, what the cost would be, and then you could get that back to me, and then I'll make a decision. And
how many views would you need?
On average, maybe like 12 a month. Until and that's per client. So let's say we bring on another client, it'd be another 12. Right. So what I'm selling is the fact that they don't need reels every day. But if they had 3 a week, so in a month that would be 12. And typically what they'll do is they'll record on their own, and I teach them how to record because I'm still using this concept of the how, why, and the you content. So I give them the scripts, and I will coach them in between. Like we'll use an app, so they could text me or jump in the app. be like, hey, I'm stuck. But I give them all the scripts and they upload it to Google Drive. And then I download the content from Google Drive and then edit, then put it back in Google Drive. So what I'd be doing is, all the content would be sitting there for you. They'd already be coached up. And all I'm doing, and I'll Instagram DM you some of the content that I've done with some of the clients. And all I'm doing is chopping it up, getting rid of the ums in between. Sometimes I'm moving the placement of words. I'll add video. I'll add audio clips like dings or any kind of special sound effects to kind of break it up. I'll do zoom in and out effects, and then once I'm done, I'll add captions. Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do.
Yeah. But you're a little extra special than me, man. I've seen you do some things where you're throwing words behind the person, so you have multiple layers. So I like that, man. Very cool. Yeah.
All about creativity.
Yeah.
It's also the thing that I thought about. Maybe I produce fewer videos, but with higher quality. So I thought about getting really good at copywriting and scripting like really good videos, and then send the scripts over to the clients, and then just produce high quality videos.
Right.
Because I don't know if that's something I want to do or have the capacities to do yet, but that's just my head lingering.
Right. Yeah, think about that as an upcharge too, because I remember earlier I said that customers, what they want and what they need are two different things, right? So they need clients, but sometimes they want something that's bigger than their budget. And then when I talk to them, I'm like, hey, that's not even what you want. You need better copywriting too, or you need better scripts, right? So I think that's the one thing that you should like focus on as you grow is what the client needs versus what they want. Because they want 10,000 followers, but they don't need 10,000 followers. If they had 10,000 followers, they couldn't even handle it. What they need are 4 new clients this month.
So, but that's the question. Like, what you satisfy? Do you satisfy their needs, what they want? Because if you want to satisfy them as a person, it satisfies their wants, but neglect their needs, because they're for wants. They are your client, and like the client is king, basically.
Yeah. So what's funny is all right, so, and I don't even remember who I learned this from. It could have been YouTube, but the way, even for your newsletter, to get more newsletter subscribers, you got to appeal to people's wants. All right, so when I advertise, I advertise the fact that they could get 10,000 more followers. I advertise more followers. The reason you see these guys out there with Lamborghinis and things like that is because they're trying to satisfy people's wants, right? But when you talk to them, like if I talk to like a business owner, like an HVAC guy, or like my grass guy should have came yesterday, he doesn't care about 10,000 followers. It just sounds like a good number, but he's like, man, if I had 1 or 2 more clients that paid me $800 a month, that's $3,000 in my pocket. So if I could get a customer $3,000 in their pocket, they would pay me I'm like, would you pay me $1,000 for $3,000? The answer is always yes. So when you sell the once and then you get them on a call like this, like one of the very first questions you should ask is, how much is a client worth to you, right? So when I'm talking to a real estate agent, and they're like, hey, my commissions is like 20,000. If I close this house today, it could be $20,000 US. And I'm like, so if we did 1 a month, right, you get $20,000. Would you pay me $2,000 a month to do that? And the answer is always yes. So it's not the fact that the $2,000 a month sounds crazy. It's because if I could help with $2,000 get you $20,000 from one client, you do it. So you don't care about 10,000 followers. You just need one client. You want 10,000 followers because you think that the 10,000 followers will get you the one client faster.
Yeah, it's more like pleasing your own ego
It's just ego. It's just ego. You want people to look at you like you're something bigger than you are. But even you said it, focusing on quality will get you that one client faster. Focusing on like outbound conversations, really engaging with other clients. And I tell them like, hey, do more engagement. Because sometimes we'll give them the content and they'll post it and then disappear. I'm like, the job is not over. Like you can't just post. You got to engage with, if you're trying to sell in a in a specific city, you have to be the mayor of that city or the governor of that city, and then you got to go to restaurants and engage with the restaurants. And if there's an event, go to the events and do videos at the events. So there's a lot of work, but it's fun though, man. It's constantly changing too. Marketing is an industry it's never in. I was gonna say in 2 years it's gonna be different, but in 2 weeks it could be different. In 2 days it could be different. Like they're always adding new features, new ways to communicate. So yeah.
Yeah, marketing is also weird because marketing, you want to make it look expensive,
right?
And you want to make it look like it didn't work. So
right.
If you like market to some, like, okay, for example, you have a wedding and you're a student and you send like a postcard, put it on paper to your friend. Then they're gonna be like, wow, he took his time to write a postcard, print it on paper and send it to me.
Right.
But if you're a big company or like a big business, for example, you're Elon Musk, you send a wedding invitation, print it on paper,
right,
to your friend, then it's worth nothing because
right,
like it looks like you didn't like put any effort into it.
Any time, right.
So marketing has to be expensive and has to be weird, kind of.
It does. Yep.
Marketing has to be inefficient, and that's weird.
I like how you said that. Yeah, it has to be right. No, you're absolutely. I can't even. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It has to be inefficient, and sometimes you're going to be paying. It's one of those things where you're paying for it. It's like insurance. You don't know how important insurance is until the house burns down or until there's an accident, right? So it's like you're paying this thing that's gonna give you something, but it's not gonna be today. It could be tomorrow or a month from now or 3 months from now. It's like an investment, right? So you're right. It has to be inefficient and weird. So the weirdest things are going to be the things that captures people's eyes and attention. So it can't be something that's conventional or something that everybody else is doing. Yeah, right, man. Yeah, man.
Signal effort.
Right. Exactly. Yep. This conversation's been good though. Let's definitely connect. It's almost 8:30 a.m. here. I'm gonna see if this did record, and again, like I said, if it did, I'll let you know and I'll throw it up. My fingers are crossed.
Yeah, we could do like a collab post or something like this.
Yeah, I'm with that.
You could invite me to a collab. I would be happy to accept that.
Okay, perfect. What I'll do is I'll keep in touch with you too, and I also do want to send you over the course if you're interested in going through it, and you could give me some feedback too. But we're building it. And I could give you some, again, not some, but I'll give you all the access in exchange for a testimonial. And my goal is that it helps your business too. But even before I go, I'm proud of you, man. I was a young entrepreneur too, and you're ahead of the game. And because you're starting off so young, in 3-4 years, when you're 22, 24, your business will be booming. It's because you're starting early. So don't let anybody stop you when other guys your age, they're out at the club or chasing girls or doing whatever. Hey, having a partner is important. It is, but you're focused on your business right now, which is good. Focus on you and being a better you. Read tons of books. Get with mentors or coaches. Jump on YouTube, learn, and keep on testing. You're at a point right now where you could afford to fail, right? So be very grateful of your parents too. I try to tell people that. Like I'm in my 40s, and if I could go back home and live with my mom and save some money, and like you don't even know, like it's good to save money, focus on what you're doing, and keep putting that money into the business, and you'll be fine, man. That's the concept. Cool.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, man. We'll talk soon. Anything else for me today?
Yeah. Can I have 2 questions?
Yeah. Anything.
I'm like, hey, if you recorded this,
Yeah.
could you send me the footage and I can edit something nice of it?
Okay. Yeah.
Just for fun, and then we can
Right.
upload it, and I can tag you as well.
Cool.
And the other thing is, can I get your phone number or something?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So my phone number is and obviously US, but 678.
Could you send me just the phone number through Instagram?
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
Okay.
I'll send it over. Cool, man. I appreciate it. So we'll be in touch, and if you need anything, just reach out.
Thanks for listening. The Brand Marketing Podcast is produced by Gladmash. To get access to more brand marketing tips, visit www.brandmarketingblueprint.com.